Welcome to lesson 3. I'm so glad you're here. I want to talk to you today about something you've probably felt, but you've never said out loud, even though you feel it every day. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You're showing up, you're holding space, you're being strong, you're building your business, you're loving your people, and yet something, it just feels off. You're tired, not just sleepy, but tired in your soul. You go to bed with a mind full of tasks and a body that didn't get to breathe all day. You wake up already behind. You look at your calendar and your heart tightens, not because you don't love your work or your family, but because you are nowhere on the page. Does that sound familiar to you? You're not broken, love. You're just running on a blueprint that taught you to equate self-worth with self-sacrifice. That story is old and it's heavy, and most importantly, it doesn't belong to the woman you're becoming. The truth is, you've been conditioned to normalize depletion, to believe exhaustion means you're doing something meaningful. That if you're available to everyone, you're valuable. That if you're always saying yes, you are a good woman. If your cup is empty, at least someone else's got filled. But here is the interruption I am offering you today. You do not have to abandon yourself to make a difference. You do not have to push harder to be powerful. You don't have to perform to be worthy. You don't have to trade your well-being for your goals. Because you know what happened when you're full? You get your clarity back. You create from joy, not obligation. You show up with presence instead of pressure. You become magnetic, not because you're pushing, but because you're rooted. Your energy is not a bonus feature. It is your blueprint. When you start building around your capacity instead of against it, everything changes. Your business doesn't shrink. It sharpens. Your impact doesn't disappear. It deepens. And you stop feeling like your success is stealing your softness. You're not lazy for wanting rest. You're not selfish for needing support. You're not dramatic for feeling drained. You, my dear, you're human, and you're ready for a new story. Now, let's make this real. You'll do something most high-capacity women rarely do. I want you to pause long enough to notice what's actually draining you and what might be waiting to restore you. A gentle, honest reflection of where your energy is leaking and where your nourishment is being ignored. This isn't about shame. It's about choice. And here's how it works. First, I want you to name your energy leaks. Look at your week, your schedule, your patterns, and ask yourself, what am I doing on autopilot that no longer aligns with my values or my vision? Where am I saying yes out of guilt, fear, or habit? What relationships or responsibilities feel heavy? Some examples could include overgiving in client communication, one-sided giving in friendships, saying just one more task instead of honoring your body's signals, avoiding delegation because it's just faster if I do it myself. Be honest and gentle. You don't have to fix it all, but you do need to name it. And then I want you to discover your energy sources. Ask yourself, what brings me home to myself? When do I feel most grounded, like me? What small practices restore me? Examples could include sitting in silence with your coffee, taking a short walk with no destination, saying no and let the world not fall apart, texting someone after you've grounded, not before, This is where you begin to build your own personal overflow effect. Small, repeatable practices that slowly refill your cup. You don't need a 3-hour spa day to return to yourself, although I enjoy them when I can. You just need a few minutes of focused intention layered into your life on purpose. Overflow doesn't require more time. It requires more honesty and intentionality. I want you to choose one energy leak to release or reduce, and one nourishing practice to add or amplify. That's it. Not a new identity, not a new schedule, just an intentional shift repeated with love. Because when you shift how you relate to your energy, you shift how the world around you and your business responds to you. Before you move on to the next lesson, be sure to comment on the post below to share your reflection. This is required for you to get the bonus video when you complete all 4 of these lessons in 5 days. I cannot wait to hear your biggest takeaway and even what you believe your biggest challenge could be. That way I can go back in and comment and give you some personalized feedback on something that might be able to help you. Also, I am so excited. I cannot wait to get your feedback on the 20-minute overflow effect experience. This is your bonus for completing the 4 short lessons in just 5 days. You'll be able to come back to these lessons over and over again, especially the 20-minute overflow effect experience. I know you're going to love it. See you on the next lesson.